What up, bro?
Like, man, we didn't talk
What's up?
Hey,
Man?
DCP, the corner pocket, baby. We here, man. We out east right now, man.
How you doing, bro? You cool?
I'm good, man. It's good to see y'all. Yes, sir.
Hey, man.
Run up on cast. That's
how we did, man.
Hey, man. Part 2 is like a little bit late, man, but we coming back with part 2. It's about to be fire, man.
Yeah, man. Yo,
One way sponsor, man. Hey, man, follow us up in here, man. Let y'all see how dope this is, bro. Hey, man. This is a little nice establishment, man. We was up north last time, right?
Yeah. We out east now. Let's see what they working with in here.
Get it, bro. This is about to be wild, man. We up in here kind of like fresh and clean, man.
Okay.
Hey, DCP, we in here, baby.
Hey, y'all.
What's up? Good to see you again, man. Good to see you.
Hey, real true.
What's up, yo?
Hey, man, we back in the building. One way, part 2, man. Like I said,
What's going down?
man, Diamond here. Ricardo, man, we know you, bro. I know you have to take care of some business, but we're going to bring that fire today, man.
We out east today, y'all. One way east.
Don't forget that back to school bash. August 13th, man, right here. Be here, August 13th. 12 to 3, 1203 South James Road, man. Come and support, man. Bring all the school supplies. It's for the kids, man. Let's get it.
Let's go. Y'all ready?
You ready, man?
Hey, man, let's make this happen. Let's go. Let's get it.
Hey, welcome back to another episode of the Corner Pocket, man. We're back at One Way. It's live, bro. Barbershop. See my man taking out his hair, his haircut. It's live, man. We're here live, bro. We're back with Diamond, man. Ricardo's missing, but hey, man, we're praying for you, man. Hoping everything goes well. Please hit that like button, that share button, that subscribe bell, so you can get the notifications when we're dropping. We're on Instagram at @_corner_pocket. Man, it's good to be back in the building, man. How are you, bro?
I'm chilling, man. Hey, man, we got One Way East,
One Way East.
On the east side of the day, man. I'll show you the shirt. Yeah, man. We got One Way East, man.
One Way East.
You know what I'm saying?
August 13th, back to school bash. Please donate supplies, man. 1203 South James Road. We're right in the building. We're going to continue from part 1, man. I know y'all love part 1. Here comes part 2. Diamond, my man, how are you, bro?
Good. How y'all doing?
Yeah, it's good to be in the building, man. We was at the north location, so now we in your abode at the east location, man. Loving it. How y'all all feeling today?
Feeling great.
Great.
It's nice outside and it's raining.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I'm breaking the edge. I'm like, what?
Hey, man, we had touched off, man, of y'all story, man, how y'all had, you dropped the jewels coming from prison to owners. Right. Wanted to ask, what were some of the difficulties you faced, like, on that journey toward ownership?
Hold on, before y'all say this, say that, man. Like, you ain't got a proper introduction, man. Like, that's Diamond. We don't know who this is, cuz, you know what I mean? You know what I mean?
This is my niece, barber extraordinaire Jasmine.
Jazz. Let's go.
Jazzy Fizzle.
Got a lot of that knowledge out there.
Okay.
Thanks, man, for that. question, like, what's some of the difficulties y'all face on the road to ownership?
On the road to ownership, money. No, but I actually I'm not gonna say it was difficult at all, man. Once I got into place, and you know, I'm gonna shout this guy out, and I know everybody gonna hate it. Donald Trump helped me buy this shop. They was giving all that money for the what's the name? And you know my story. I'm a reformed dope boy.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And my story is my story.
Right.
So I never spent none of that money. First of all, I was scared, man. Like, man, you get the PPP loan. Everybody's saying that they're getting it, or saying that they're barbers and cosmetologists anyway. So the first round I missed because I should have got 40,000. I ended up getting 20 because my cousin wanted to do it for me, but I was scared. I mean, I ain't investing with them people's money. And so I ended up letting him do it at one point. I got the money, $21,000, and didn't touch it. Because at any point they would have said they wanted it back, I was going to give it back.
Right.
I'm not going back to jail.
Right.
But when the time limit came out for them to, what did you say, for the forgiveness part, literally my wife put in for the forgiveness for the loan at 5:30. By 7 o'clock they sent me an email talking about it was forgiven. So, and the point with that is, you actually, but we were struggling during the pandemic.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Barbers, if we ain't cut no hair, we ain't making no money.
Yeah.
And you know, they had all the shops closed, so they was giving us the PPP. I mean, what was they giving us, the 1,600 and all that.
Yeah.
So that was keeping us close.
Yeah.
And luckily, my wife got the type of corporate job where she didn't lose her job, so he was okay. But definitely the money they was handing out helped this to come to fruition. You know what I'm saying? Faster than I was already gonna do it. You know.
See, that's cool that you're a true testament of the PPP because people were getting in there with lying. You know what I'm saying? Getting caught. They had a movie on Tubi, PPP gone wrong or something.
One dude said he was a barber, owned the Popeyes and something else. He said, okay. But he got the money. When he went to jail, on his paperwork, he said he was a barber. He said whatever he needed to do and say to get the money, and they gave it to him.
You know, they don't get PP loans in Michigan, man. You know, so you wouldn't qualify.
Right.
You know what I mean? You just wouldn't qualify at all. So
Right.
I would have got it for you in Buckeye name. You know what I mean? You okay?
For sure.
And you know how I remember I told y'all, man, about the boy ignorance. Like, I got 2 years. Like, that's what he was doing.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? I didn't care none of that.
Right.
So, yeah.
But so in all seriousness, when I got my barber license, I was hoping to come home with that scarlet letter, man, with having a murder case and stuff like that. I knew it wasn't gonna be easy. And coming from juvenile to coming when I did come home with a murder case, I had no job experience and none of that. You know what I'm saying? I was a drug dealer on the street when I left as a youngster. So coming home, I knew that if I came home with nothing, trying to basically ask for a beg for a job, I would have a problem. So when barber fell into my lap, you know what I'm saying, when I was in jail, I was thinking like, wow, just right out the gate, this could be something that I can start doing in my kitchen if necessary, and start making money, you know what I'm saying, even if on the side, until people start figuring out that I know how to cut hair, and it just ended up working out beautifully, man, you know. But I know right now, if it wasn't for the grace of God, man, and me being able to have that, and me having to ask people, because I do have a lot of people out here struggling right now. They don't want to do the wrong thing, it's been out of prison, but they don't have a skill set, so they have to ask people for jobs. And every time, I've never been asked that since I've been home, as far as, do you got a felony or blah, 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 because it doesn't matter when you're moving your own money around. Buying shops and you're a barber and basically working for myself and all that. So that definitely, again, I said, fell into my lap in the prison, perfect thing for me. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't see myself doing nothing else. And with the advantages that it's offered me being out here and not having to ask Amazon or something like that for a job, because, you know, we got that scarlet letter, that felony, and mine is even bigger than that. I had an ill, you know what I mean? So it wasn't trying to hire young dudes coming out of jail like that.
Right. That's a true testament right there, man. So like you said, man, some cats get out of jail, prison, and they don't want to try to be positive. They want to continue being negative because you did a dramatic change, man, and went for the positive, man. Now look, you know what I mean? Like you and Carl both, man, got 2 empires, man. Like one getting bigger. So I definitely salute both of y'all, man, for sure. Man. Man, we kind of forgot something, B. You know, we normally open up with a freestyle. You want to do the freestyle? Or you don't want to do the wild freestyle? You all good?
Yeah, cool, man. I don't know. You know what I'm
So you
saying?
ain't feeling the freestyle today. Somebody trying to sign him, so he's trying to be on.
Yeah, you know, I do it.
Look like keep it all under wrap.
But no, but, you know, the people, no, it's so like, that's funny you come out, but the people trying to sign you, right?
Yeah.
They gave me this poster. I wanted to show you this poster. Yeah, I mean, you right. This poster. You got about your podcast, but you love this part right here. Give him this bitch! Yeah, give him this bitch! Gotcha! Give him this bitch!
I forgot about it. People said this, please sign. Please, man. This man's been shutting y'all out every episode. Kibbles and Bits. Y'all know my dog Kibby loves Kibbles and Bits. One way loves Kibbles and Bits. For sure. Wow, you said your brother. Yeah, I have no clue.
And she was like, what do you mean y'all was like?
I was so confused.
Hey.
Jazz, you didn't see the part one? He kind of flipped that
No,
off.
I didn't see that part.
He had the signs of you gotta go
But now
back.
part 2, the one got deleted. Remember?
Oh.
Yeah, so,
You just
back to, so, you know, listen, we have one way east right now, man. August 13th, the big back to school bash, man. You know what I'm saying? Did you guys want to reflect, like, you know what I mean? Like, just say what law should we expect when the kids come and the parents come and stuff?
Well, this is our 4th annual time doing it, and what this is expected is a day of fun and a lot of stuff they're gonna need to start when we get back to school. Supplies, book bag, we have a bounce house, video game truck, barbecue, snacks. You know, just a nice fun day for the kids. Somebody from 12 to 3 on July. August 13th, right out here, right out here in this field that Walgreens was gracious enough to let us use.
Oh, nice.
So, you know, and again, we've been going up north for the last 3 years and touching a lot of the community up there and kids. But since I just bought this one, now we out here, we're going to bring some of the community, community giving out this way. You know what I mean?
You said this is your 4th annual?
It's our 4th
Fourth
annual.
annual.
Y'all have a good weekend. Thank y'all for coming.
You ready?
So, Jazz, you mind us asking you some questions? So, what inspired you to get into barber?
Be a barber?
Yeah.
To be honest, it wasn't even my idea. I had moved out of state right before the pandemic started. So what, the pandemic started in the beginning of 2020. I had moved in February, started in March. So I came back at the end of that year. And when I came back, I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do. Because I knew I didn't want to work with somebody, but I also knew I didn't have like the direction of what I wanted.
But she does have a degree.
Yeah, I do have a degree already. I got a degree in communications back in 2016. Oh, thank you. Really quick, what do you think of?
You see what my mind is already at.
We live.
Hey, yo, real quick before I even go any further, man, we should be honored, man. We are in the place of presence right now. We got a celebrity. We didn't even say, Big Pun is here, everybody. Big Pun! And this is positive thing going on right here. I'm a shop owner of 15 years now.
Oh, okay. Shout it out.
You know, so I can relate to my man's testimony. It was really rough out here.
Yeah.
And they gave us a little bit of money, not what they should have given us.
Right. What's your shop?
Yeah, what's
My
your
shop
shop?
is my name is Ryan Boyd, and I started on Livingston Court back years ago, and I went back home to Zanesville, Ohio, to open up my own shop because you know it's a smaller town. And,
Barbershop, right?
yeah, barbershop, yeah. And so you know I ain't gonna take up too much of y'all's podcast. You know,
You
I
good,
got a
man,
story
you good.
too, just like everybody else. It's like
But that's
it's like Jasmine gonna do her thing. I was listening to her story, man. And then if I got time, I'll tell you my story.
Okay, great.
Hey, real quick, we don't have time. Let's go on. This is part one. We got part 2 of this, man. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go. So
So I moved back and then I had a friend. I was asking what I wanted to do. I I said I had no idea. She was like, well, you're an artist outside of here, or, you know, outside of being a barber. She was like, why don't you be a barber? You know, you paint, you draw, you build people. Because I am an artist. I do paint. I've been doing a lot of fabric painting, teaching myself how to sew. But I kind of just been chilling on that a little bit lately, so I can focus on this. And at that time, I was, you know, in school trying to graduate. So being here literally is not my idea, but I signed up and it's just been working out. Started, it made it happen. I started in June 7th of 21. I graduated May 9th of this year, and then I got my license June 7th of this year. So literally a year from when I started, I became licensed. So it's actually been pretty cool. I like it. Repetition is what I tell everybody that asks me about, like, how to get better and how did I come this far. And I'm still learning every day. Being by Nate, he's definitely teaching me a lot. But yeah, definitely one of the things. I'm also a basketball official too, so this is definitely the only thing I do.
I was going to ask you about that if you
about
was.
4 years.
I was going to ask you about that if you played basketball.
Oh yeah, I played my whole life, basketball, you know, college and everything.
No,
I
no,
coached a couple
basketball.
years. So Independence is high school.
Okay.
Then my first 2 years I went to Lane College out of Jackson, Tennessee at HBCU.
Okay. BCU.
Yeah, didn't really work out too much. I mean, I did what I needed to do out there. Became homecoming queen, everything my sophomore year. But I really wasn't feeling my coach, so I decided to come back home. And I finished up at OU Lakers there, but when I walked in 2016, I was over at Athens.
Okay.
That's what I do now. How you doing?
This is live. This is live. This is a podcast right now.
Yes, sir. So Saturday, August the 13th, we will be at Livingston Park for the 19th annual African American Male Wellness Walk. This is to support the health of African American men and their families. To support the health of African American men and their families. It is a full family event. I'm glad to be able to be here on the podcast. Out this Saturday, hitting some barbershops and just getting with the brothers and just seeing how everything is. But in 2 weekends, so not this Saturday, not next Saturday, but the Saturday after. Saturday, right there at Livingston Park. That's right next to Children's Hospital. So, hey, I can see that this is the Barbershop podcast. Y'all probably having a deep discussion. And I wanted to bring by some literature. So I appreciate so much.
Get you to subscribe to the channel.
This is our life right now.
This is live right now. This is live right now.
I first want to compliment you on your outfit, man. That's hot.
Oh, thank you.
Your shirt saying God is dope with
Yes.
matching fire. Jesus.
Matching my Adidas.
Hey, see them boots?
Yeah.
I wear them every once in a while.
That was inspired, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Let's go.
So like you said, like you learn daily from your uncle as y'all cut and everything. So like, what's like one of the major like pro tips that you like keep installing? Like even if he's not here, you just keep hearing him saying it and showing him and doing it. What's the major one that you follow?
Don't be afraid. He literally just said it to me earlier, like when I was doing the cut, he had assisted me with it. He was like, don't be afraid to cut the hair. You know what I mean? Just go at it. And then always just check in with the client to make sure what kind of look they're actually going for. And that's just barber stuff, but life, because he's very good at being a motivational speaker. And let everybody know, where he's come from, where he started, and everything like that, and just seeing his story, hearing his story, making sure I stay focused on the job and don't be discouraged. You know what I mean? Because anything in life, especially me being a new barber, I come in here and I didn't start out with a major clientele. You know what I mean? I'm still building as we go, but I don't get discouraged when I see clients coming here that one, they're not used to things changing, meaning the price.
Right.
They come in here, they ask about the price all the time, and say, oh no, I'm not gonna pay that. Not gonna bother me none. The busy days when he's super busy and I'm just sitting here, I'm working on market.
Right.
I'm talking to his clients trying to get my facials out. I don't know how to make the facials. That's what I've been pointing out. I'm trying to really
So you do the beard stuff too, Jordan?
Oh yeah, I do facials, I do beard treatments, I do all that. My steamer and stuff is right here, so I do all that.
So do you have an Instagram page where we can follow you and stuff like that? Or
Yes.
social media?
Yep, my barber page is Smooth Visionary Cuts.
Smooth Visionary Cuts.
Yes, sir.
That's on Instagram?
Yes.
Smooth Visionary Cuts on Instagram. We're going to write it down.
And just to piggyback on what she said, one of the biggest things that I've been preaching to her, have my clients that who've been with me for a while, tell her about is consistency and being on time. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, being on time.
Being on time, because that's what so many people complain about other shops. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes that variable that you can't control, it'll make you late for a client and all that, but I'm trying to let her know and have my clients talk to her about, if I've been cutting their hair for a long time, how many times have I been late? 99 or 100% of them say, well, you know what? I can't get the time he's been late. You know, and if you keep that consistency, like we said in the first part, then that keeps people coming back. Even if you ain't giving the most perfect cut, which we hope we are, but be there when they need you to be there and respect people's time and watch how they keep coming back. You know what I'm saying?
That's the one thing he tried to teach me since day one. Literally every client that come in here has told me that he's never been late. They may have been late. He's never been late. But I'm a stickler with time anyway, so that ain't nothing I'm ever gonna do about it.
I thought when I was younger, I used to get a haircut and stuff. I cut my barbershop. Like, yeah, be there at 5:30. I get there at 5:25 sometimes, and you don't walk in until 6. I'm like, come on, man. Like,
Why would you do that? Right.
yeah, that's crazy, man.
Time is definitely important. Because if you're late, then that means the next client is going to have to sit. You know, it trickles down to your whole entire day. So if you can get that first client to be on time and be, you know, when they promise they was going to be, then the whole day will go by smooth.
So do you feel any pressure like working next to your uncle or the same shop as your uncle, and he's like well known as a barber in the
What was it
community?
like that?
No, I feel honored. I know I'm in the right spot. I was a little nervous at first, not even with him, but just finding a shop period because I'm very particular. So when he heard my concerns, which I didn't even get to tell him my concerns, my best friend did. My best friend is actually his niece. So that's kind of how he adopted me as his niece. It's kind of running in the family. But no, when he heard my concerns, he reached out to me and told me, hey, Ray told me about, you know, what you're worried about, you know, because, you know, you go to regular shops, you, like you said, you hear all that trap music, mad all day, it's cursing, it's sagging pants, it's the conversation. I mean, as a black woman, and I'm part of the LGBTQ community, I don't want to hear certain conversations. You know what I mean? Especially when there's kids around, and, you know, it's just a level of respect. And I'm very comfortable here with Uncle Nate. And I can, you know, every time I need to ask him something, he's going to go ahead and help me and show me the way. It puts me on game.
As a new barber, how important is it for you to have that stable foundation of support? That support system. How has that been valuable to you?
It's very important. Now, as a new barber, you would think that, like any other business, when you start a business, you think your friends and your family are going to be the first one to support you, right? And I got some people that are like that. But going forward, you know, I get a lot of support, social media-wise. I get a lot of support from One Wave itself, you know, Diamond, Ricardo. I met a couple more people at the other shop, and we all hung out, you know, celebrating birthdays, and, you know, they're giving me advice and talking to me about how things are and things like that. So it's definitely important to have support, because as a new barber, you're not going to always be busy as someone who's been in the game for years. And having that support will keep you going. Because at any day, when it's, like I said, if I'm not doing anything and he's busy all day, I can walk out of here all day. But if I walk out and there's walk-ins coming in, I'm not making no money. Because now I'm in a business, I'm not in school anymore where I'm just going to school. I have to be here to get paid. So it's definitely important to have that kind of support. And when he has clients that call him and he can't get them in, what you think he's doing? He's sending them right to me. And that's why I can only respect him and love him for that. Because I've been doing really good. I don't know any other shop that would do that. Because everybody, you know, I don't know everybody in the world. But most people want, they want it all. So he helps me out a lot.
That's what's up. It's always good to, you know what I'm saying, know that families want to be there for you, man. And the fact that, you know what I'm saying, you're nurturing, man, only making yourself better. And he's saying, like, and eventually he probably nurtured someone else. And keep on nurturing, man. That just be one of the family traits, you know what I mean? Like,
I'm a big advocate, just like Ricardo, when I came home and he had his shop and all that. I'm a big advocate. One of the mottos I live by is the best way to make your own dream come true is help somebody else with theirs.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Help somebody else with theirs, and that really does work. You know what I'm saying? And, and look what this morphed into for myself. Because at some point I was going to have my own shop. You know what I mean? I had thoughts of it. I said, shoot, we got something going so well here, we might as well expand. Like I said, I don't know if we got deleted from the last time we recorded, but Ricardo was like, well, if you want to do it, let's get it. But I don't turn family members down who actually go on business because I was iffy about how it would turn out. But with you, let's get it. You know, because he can trust his legacy and everything else, his reputation, character, and everything else of a one-way brand to me. Because I ain't gonna mess it up. I ain't gonna do nothing to enhance. And anybody that's gonna bring it to the fold, we're gonna enhance it. You know what I'm saying? That's why before my niece got here, I done turned out like 8 or 9, maybe 10 barbers. Because this wouldn't have been the right fit for what we trying to do. You know what I'm saying? And again, like she was saying, I can't have people in here. I just had 3 of my grandsons come today. My nephew with his 4 kids, with 3 daughters, and I can't have dudes up in here, or women up in here for that matter, sagging, cussing, just doing, carrying gun. Nah, we ain't gonna have. I'm not gonna try to police the community because that's not my job. But at least when you're in here, please just give me a little bit of respect. I can't have that going on in here and then, maintain my clientele. And even bigger than that for me is we got a barbershop that are black community. We got a responsibility to the community. That's why the back to school bags. We have to. It's not just about a money thing for me. I learned all that from being in jail and having, in my mind, this is what I said for myself. I took so much out of the community, and people that's gonna be watching this podcast and know me gonna be like, yeah, he telling the truth. I was a little boy who people used to say, for lack of a better way to say it, that little nigga gonna be in jail. Because I was that bad. And guess what? That little nigga went to jail a few times. You know what I'm saying? I really did. Because they had me pinned. They seen it in me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I look at the shop, and like most shops, you probably touching this too, they have like 8 chairs, 7 chairs, 7 barbers. I have 3 chairs. Right. Which creates that intimacy of like that circle of trust. Right. And I like that coming in here, like I don't have to, 7 chairs. I'm like, hey, when I get in the chair, and sometimes they overpass you, but you guys create that intimacy. Like, I trust you. Like you were lining me up on part 1, and I'm like, he built that trust. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna come to him not just because you got the sponsors. I'm coming to you because like I like the way the credit you on that. So like, just that one day, that relationship we built, that was the first time I met him. Right. And I'm like, I feel comfortable in this environment. The shop, the owner's kind of like, you kind of like the environment feeds off your vibe. Right. You know what I mean? So like the type of atmosphere you create, the type of person you are, translates to your business. I really appreciate that.
That's one of the things I enjoy too because I do facials, I want to have those intimate moments with my client. I don't want to be giving a facial with 1,000 people in the shop and it's super, super loud. We do a lot of jazz music in here anyway, so when I get my clients, he's fine with jazz music, it's fine, there's no words. Like we having a barber come by, she came by yesterday? And I gave her a hug and welcomed her in. She said, good energy. That's what we want every time somebody comes in. It's good energy, it's good space, you ain't got nothing to worry about.
I feel good.
See?
My first time here. I just was riding down the street.
This your first time here?
No, I came here back about 6 months ago. It was called Headliners. And dude was leaving. But see, my boy, I just come to visit my cousin. He lived down the street. So I was like, man, I'm gonna get me a lineup real quick because there's not that many barbers where I'm from. So I just stopped here. I didn't even know it changed. When I walked in, I noticed the change, and I was cool. I felt that, some barbers, like he just said, one shop I did stop in, they turned me away, and I'm like, why is everybody going to an appointment only? You just leave crumbs on the table for everybody else. And I was kind of salty. There were 6 barbers in there. Everybody said I needed an appointment. So that's when I asked you when I first walked in, I was going to walk in. I just want to walk in and get a cut. That's how a shop should be ran. I'm old school with it. You know what I mean? Appointments are for women.
Watch it.
I mean, I'm just saying, the old school barbershop. And I know some barbers take appointments, but that's like him. He's a shop owner. He's probably deep in the game. He got his people. and he helping his people out. You know what I mean? So he ain't gonna take all the walk-ins. He gonna let my niece and
Yeah.
you know, I understand that, but you know, there's barbers in the house, like you need an appointment.
Well, but appointments, well, depend on your clientele, like I was telling you, know, like your roster. For me, it keeps me organized.
Right.
So many. But it should always be that, you know what I'm saying? You should have like my niece or somebody in the shop, if everybody else got their own clients, that way it can always be a walk-in option and there's somebody to take care of.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because if everybody in the shop got their own clients and everybody is booked up, then, you know what I'm saying?
But I'm by myself, so
And there's a way.
I can just, I don't know. I guess it's to each his own outside. You know what I mean? For each barber, for me, I want to blow my spot up. I want 10 waiting in the shop, 6 waiting on their car, and I'm getting it. You know what I mean?
I got a dude, he owns the shop. And
And I'm by myself. I only work 6 in the morning to 10 on Saturdays.
Right.
That's it. And then my 20 people, I'm out of there.
Right.
You know what I mean? But, you know.
There's a way you dress walk-ins. You don't just turn them away if you're busy. You know, I mean, you probably try to set an appointment with them.
Oh, yeah. We don't,
Yeah.
even if we're both busy, we give them the opportunity to come back. And,
Right, come back the next day.
Check my books and see what we got open and stuff like that for sure.
But where I'm from, they're charging $45 a cut down there.
45.
Yes, but there's a shout out to Princess Barber Academy down there, though, because he just opened a barber school down there.
Okay.
But the barbers are charging $45.
Do they give you like a care package with that too?
I
Like
stay at $20.
Right.
I stay at $20. You know what I mean? But I always look at it as I don't want to have to compete with nobody.
Right.
Half a loaf of bread is better than no loaf.
Right.
So you kind of gave us the segue earlier in the video. You were talking about your story, your journey to
Well,
opening your shop. Can you give us that little snippet of that? Like, what was your journey like on your way to owning your shop?
I used to load trucks for a living, and I hated it. I was making $10 an hour. I did it for about 7 years, and I used to just cut hair when I was a kid. But anyway, I started barber school, and I didn't really know what I was getting into, and I was broke, and I almost quit barber school at $1,000 because I didn't have no money. But this guy named Mr. Urban, he used to feed me and stuff and all that. So long story short, I ended up graduating, and I had $17 in my name when I graduated. You know what I mean? I remember this like plain as day. And I asked Mr. Warner, which he probably know Mr. Warner from back then. Yeah, Mr. Warner wasn't gonna give me my license for 2 weeks, and I told him the truth. I said I'm broke, man. I need my license. So anyway, I work for Norm Charlton down here on Livingston and Court, right here, Special Design Group. You know Norm? You know Norm?
That one looked bigger.
And,
Bigger?
That one they have to
he
hear.
trained me for 3
Yeah, they
years.
got some over there.
And then my cousin asked me to come down to Zanesville, and she said,
Yeah, I got that one.
you should open up down here. And I was like, man,
Yeah, I have that one.
I don't know, I can't leave Columbus. I've been here 10 years.
Right.
Well, that was my first shop I opened. It was called a Blessed Touch.
It's about
But long story short, you can't do business with family.
Yeah.
And I just opened up my own down there, you know what I mean? It was a struggle, man. It was really hard, and I ain't gonna take up too much of y'all's time, but I just tell anybody that's new, even her, stay with it, be on time, be here all day long, even when you don't have no customers, you got to sit and spin. That's where people mess up in the beginning of the game. Because after you get through the sit and spin, it's lovely.
Yes.
And everybody got to go through that. The sitting and spinning, that's what we call it. 3 weeks into my career at Norms, I took him outside. He was charging me $125 a week. I took him outside. I said, man, this ain't for me. I just gave him $125, and I only got like $60.
Right.
He was like, I've been doing it 20 years. You just got out of school. And that's when it clicked. Like, I got to get out here and hustle and make it happen. And I had to sit and spin in Zanesville, even though I'm from there. But I've had that shop 14 years now. Now, God has blessed me. And, you know, I'm very, very thankful that barber changed my life. And it really has. And big ups to all the up and coming barbers, you know what I'm saying? And just sit here and spin. That's all I can say.
And what's your name? What's your name again, bro?
Ryan Boyd.
Ryan? Good. I've been telling my niece that. And then like I was telling you on the second, was you good? I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, buddy. It's a podcast. We all talk.
Right.
It's like, what's the one? Drink game. We should have drink, drink.
It is gonna be edited. You know what I mean? But anyway, so like in the same way that what he was saying, I did 27 years in prison. When I first got home, a lot of my dudes one of my dudes gave me a car. One of my dudes gave me a car. I like that reaction. Don't never go. But a lot of my dudes gave me money, shoes, clothes. Like I said, again, a car. So I was cool. But for like the first 90 days, I spent like $13,000. You know what I mean? Just out here flossing. And buying whatever I want to go to. People kept telling me, like, man, you better hold on to some of that money. It don't always be that sweet. So, and then I wasn't really cutting no hair because then nobody know me. I'm just going to the South City, and then I'll leave. Like, then I gotta go. You know what I'm saying? And began trying to do other stuff. So it got to a point, man, where I even tried to, get back in the streets for a little bit. I told one of my dudes to bring me the bag and 2 minutes. Yeah, we got 2 minutes.
So we're gonna do a part 2.
Okay, that's what's up.
Some more questions.
So we're doing the part 2B. This is part 2A. Part
2B.
2B.
We want to, hey man, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button.
DCB,
Thank y'all for supporting, man. Part 2B is coming. It's 2A. So we're gonna get right back at it. Once again, we're at One Way. Get ready, August 13th. That back to school badge, 1203 South James Road. 23 great items, man. Anything you want to add? Nice.
Hey man, see you in part 2B.
Part 2B.